Welcome back to News First. This week, Guam's high schools were placed in the spotlight, but one school has stepped up and says enough is enough. For an entire week now, Teton High School officials and students led a spirited wave which condemns school violence and calls for unity and positivity.
Ever since Teton High School opened, we wanted to stress the importance of family. And so with the Unity Wave, we wanted to also let students know from the beginning of the day, we're here to support you. The students are here as your brothers and sisters, the admin, the teachers and staff, para-educators. We're here also to support you if you need your help.
We all wanted to, create our own culture. And, this culture is made up of so many different ethnicities, different other cultures, but we all make it work because we want to just be a family. And I think the wave is just an outward expression of that unity, and want to remind everybody that we are here, that we're here for everybody, regardless of where you come from or your SEC, your socioeconomic background.
So basically for this week we wanted to do something to bring back positive vibes, and really encourage the students to unite again. And so what we've been doing is we've had students volunteer to wave outside at the drop-off area with posters and other things that will promote peace and unity within our school.
Every morning we arrive at 6 o'clock and we stay until the bell rings to start, and we just say good morning to everybody. The parents enjoy it too because a lot of them are waving back to us, honking, because it's just a nice thing to feel in the morning, start the day off right.
In addition to the Unity Wave, the group is planning for more events that incorporate positivity and cultural integration. In other news, if you didn't get the chance to go to the post office today, you might want to schedule a trip for next week because the Leon Guerrero Tenorio administration has paid all Status A refunds for a total of $144 million to date, distributed over 8,500 checks mailed out today. These checks are for those who filed from April 1st through April 15th. According to a release from the governor's office, this total is $29 million more than the same time last fiscal year, and more than 2 weeks ahead of the court-ordered deadline of October 15th. Switching gears a little bit, with tobacco companies targeting young people with popularity of e-cigarettes, a community forum was put on by the Non-Communicable Disease Consortium Tobacco Control Action Team to arm the island's youth with the facts. PNC's Ayana Shed has this report.
From introducing an array of delicious flavors to their discreet packaging and disguises, manufacturers and sellers of electronic cigarettes, or e-cigarettes, are seemingly targeting young people. In efforts to educate Guam on the topic of emerging tobacco products in the market, the first ever tobacco forum on the island was held on Wednesday, September 25th at the Westin Hotel. Dr. Jeffrey Drope, Scientific Vice President for the American Cancer Society, has noted an alarmingly high percentage of users in Guam's youth.
We know that prevalence is very high here. We know that high school prevalence is above 25%. We know that middle school prevalence is above 20%, so 1 in 5 middle schoolers is vaping.
E-cigarettes are sold by the tobacco industry as a healthier alternative to smoking and often disguised as harmless objects that mimic pens, USB drives, and fidget spinners. Kate Lannon, coordinator for the Tobacco-Free Initiative at World Health Organization, says to see through the smoke and mirrors, educating children on the harmful effects of nicotine.
We have to speak their language, and we can't simply be sort of the older generation, wagging our finger at them and saying don't do it. We have to explain to them the problems with them. So they're convinced that they're just lovely fruity or pastry type flavors, they're only water vapor, etc. Many of them don't know they contain nicotine, that nicotine is addictive, and that they contain a lot of other chemicals that are going to harm them over time.
And nicotine is very bad for the adolescent brain. It causes them to have depression, mood disorders, impulsivity issues. Also, nicotine rewires the adolescent brain for addiction. So not only do they become more addicted to nicotine and want to use more nicotine products like e-cigarettes or regular cigarettes, but they are actually more susceptible to becoming addicted to alcohol and other drugs.
Lannon adds, since these products are so new to the market, especially in Guam, they are highly unregulated, leaving gaps in policies and procedures.
These products aren't taxed, they're not properly labeled, there are no proper warnings about the nicotine addiction possibilities, there are no requirements in terms of ingredients on the labeling. These are just to name a few.
Earlier this month, a multi-state outbreak of severe respiratory disease cases was reported by the Centers for Disease Control, where the use of e-cigarettes or vaping is being investigated as a common link. Dr. Drape says it's a bit of a mystery with what links these cases, but we shouldn't rule out the use of vaping.
So we now have more than 500 cases of severe respiratory disease where people not only are getting very sick and ending up on ventilators in hospitals, but we've had 8 or 9 people die from these severe diseases in the last month or two. So it's a little bit of a mystery. They don't know exactly why. They've linked it some to products with black market products with THC in them, but not all. It seems that some of the products that people have used are just nicotine vaping products.
For more information on the dangers of e-cigarettes, visit the American Cancer Society website at www.cancer.org. Reporting for PNC News, I'm Ayana Shed.
Thanks, Ayana, for that report. Well, it's now time to take a look at this week's Road Report.
Hafide Guam, I'm Ayana Shed, your host for PNC's weekly Road Report. As more road projects are lined up for our island, more construction workers are needed. In efforts to grow Guam's labor pool, the Department of Public Works has partnered with the Guam Contractors Association to provide training in our transportation-related industry. According to a release out of the department, the classes will be provided by the GCA Trades Academy as part of the Federal Highways On-the-Job Training and Support Services Grant Program. The goal of the training and support services is to develop a sustainable training program that will increase participation in transportation-related occupations, and this year is focused on advancing middle management with project supervision, fundamentals of crew leadership, and program management for members in the contracting community. Close to $75,000 is available in grant funding for 61 students. DPW Director Vince Areola said that the collaboration would be a positive step in offering job opportunities for workforce development and improving the quality of life for our island's people. The GCA will work with our local contractors to identify those most suitable for advancement in their careers. For more information, contact GCA at 647-4843 or the DPW at 649-3156. And that wraps it up for your weekly Road Report. Reporting for PNC News, I'm Ayana Shed.
Destiny Cruz and Leo Payumo have your weather and sports lineup next, but later we'll announce the winner of the official merchandise from ABC's How to Get Away with Murder and A Million Little Things. Stay with us.
Happy day, Marianas! Welcome to your local weather forecast. I'm Destiny Cruz and thanks for tuning in. Well, it looks like we started off our favorite day of the week with mostly covered skies. Clouds along with scattered showers and thunderstorms persisted throughout today as south winds breezed through the island at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Despite the gloomy and rainy weather throughout today, we still experienced our typical island heat as highs rose to 86 degrees. Thankfully, as we transition into tonight, things are expected to cool down as evening temperatures sit at our usual comfortable 77 degrees, and we can look out for similar weather patterns through tonight all through Sunday. Looking ahead to tomorrow, daytime temperatures are expected to rise at 88 degrees, so be sure to pack on lots of SPF and stay hydrated throughout the day. And finally, we can expect highs on Sunday to be in the upper 80s and lows in the upper 70s. And that's all for today's weather report. Have a great rest of your Friday and be sure to tune in next time for more updates. Adios!